165, 160, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Putting on.
What we got? So what you got? Oh, hey,
That's what
them laces popping.
The orange right here. This is what I was trying to get across. What's good, YouTube? Today's video is going to be a recap of the PG4 event. Now, as I'm talking, you may see footage from the actual event behind me as well, but the main thing I kind of wanted to get accomplished here is to let you guys know what went down, how everything was set up, and just give you my thoughts on the overall experience. So about 2 weeks ago, I found out that I would get a chance to hoop in the PG4. Now, my initial thoughts was that they were going to send the PG4, I would get it early, and that I would just, you know, play in it, give my feedback, kind of like how I normally would do. But they actually told me that they wanted to fly me out to the actual PG4 launch. I didn't know what the shoe looked like at all. Again, we went to the front, they gave us all a care package, just came with a backpack, the PG4, a Nike suit, a couple of shirts, some sweats, just a bunch of stuff that we had to, you know, we had the opportunity to wear, and they told us to change into our basketball gear, which I figured that we would be hooping at this event. Now, black on black. That black on black is a must. Word to Drake. Word to Drake. So eventually Paul George showed up and he started telling us about his shoe.
I've been a Nike guy my whole life. I grew up loving Nike. As a kid, I used to sketch and draw Nike shoes. It's the reason why I love the partnership with Nike so much. They still believed in me, not even knowing if I was going to be able to play the game at all again.
Looking at how can we get that cushion closer to the foot? How can we get that comfort closer to the foot? So essentially what we're doing is we're taking that board and we're replacing it with that airbag. So it's right underneath your foot. You can feel the bag perfectly. It's really comfortable. The transition is super smooth.
All right, so at this point, my main focus is to just try the shoe, hoop in the shoe, go through everything like I normally do, right? It's about 50 people who are potentially about to play basketball. I don't know how this is gonna work out. They had some new technological patch that would tell you how often you sweat.
So what you're wearing is basically something that doesn't exist. It's a device that's gonna measure your sweat rate. And why that matters is we can take that sweat rate and we can tell you how to optimize your hydration. In probably 15 to 20 minutes, you're gonna see this orange kind of line start to fill up. That's your sweat getting routed into the patch. There's another line down the side.
I'm just like, okay, I'ma just fall back, treat this really traditional. Paul George is in the back. They already told me that there's a slight chance that I still may get to talk to him, but they needed me to go through everything first. So I'm warming up, I'm going through a couple drills when I hear from Paul George's designer. This is the guy who's been, you know, working on the PG line since PG was given the opportunity to be a Nike signature athlete. He's just like, yo man, huge fan. I used to watch Kick Genius all the time. Like, yo, that's a big moment for me because I'm just out here to really just hoop. Now, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was once upon a time where I kind of knew, you know what I'm saying, where we were in terms of just how influential we were in that space. But, you know, for him to just come up and show love the way he did, it just made me feel good about like everything that we've still been working on, man, together. So more time went on. There were just so many people on the court that we kind of had to find a way to get everybody involved. So us running fives wasn't really a thing. Like, we played basketball, but it was a different type of drill. It's a drill that we used to call cutthroat in high school. So we were running that. That was happening when Gaff pulled me off the court and was like, yo, we gotta go to the back.
We on now? Are we leaving? Yeah, I think so. He told me to get you.
So I go to the back and it kind of caught me off guard. I can see a bunch of cameras, I can see a bunch of lights, and of course I'm familiar with, you know, what's going on because I've done this in the past. But this is a little different from when I had my interview with Kevin Durant. That was a little more one-on-one. I was nervous when I did that as well, but I was kind of prepared for the KD thing because I knew what was going down. I had the opportunity to kind of think about my questions and, you know, have everything structured like I wanted to. But for this, literally off the court, go to the back, Jay Jones, you about to interview Paul George. He said, I'm about to interview. Who, me? Like, that's my favorite. It's my guy though.
Yo, Jay, what questions you gonna ask PG?
The question that you mentioned earlier about his favorite colorway of the PG4 so far. We might talk about his favorite collaboration.
You ask him something music related?
No, probably like his favorite candy or something.
Okay.
What type of candy these guys like. Probably keep it fairly simple, man. Let them know I'm a huge fan. And keep it hot from there. Let's go.
NBA All-Star 2020 will take place in another great American city when the scene shifts to Chicago and the Bulls play
about the interview, Paul George? Right off the bat, first of all, PG, thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
For talking to me, man.
Absolutely,
I'm a huge
bro.
fan, man. But yeah, just from the shoe, man, from the 1 to the 4, there's been a lot of great changes that we've all talked about, that we've all kind of just been able to witness throughout his line. But this one, to me, feels like the best, like I just mentioned, like right outside the box. Can you just talk about that process and how you wanted to just come up to kind of say that's what I wanted to kind of accomplish with this shoe?
Yeah, well, immediately we wanted to create a hooper shoe. And, I played in so many shoes. And, I've just been a fan of so many shoes. And when I first started, Crusaders was probably one of the biggest inspiring of my line.
Okay.
Because of the lockdownness, the tightness, the performance part of it. And then I just fell in love with what that felt like. And they were comfortable with me, so when it came down to starting my line, comfort was the first thing that we wanted to start the base off of. Here we are with the 4s, man. The 4s, like you said, as soon as you put on straight out the box, you feel that
it's time to go.
They're ready. You're ready to get it in. So
I think what I enjoy also is that it stays true to you too. Like, from the 1 to the 4, something I've always preached, when I'm talking about shoes, is the consistency. There's still consistency there. But I also wanted to ask, is this one of your favorite collaborations so far with the Gatorade line? I know we had the PlayStation, we talked about it a lot, which is something like I really enjoy too. But
yeah,
I feel like you like this one a lot too.
No, I love this collaboration, again, because it's authentic. Obviously Gatorade is Gatorade, and for me, Gatorade it's been in my corner since I started this. So it's authentic. It's a great partnership that I have with them. And each one of them, from 2K to NASA to PlayStation, all of them have been, in their own rights, best collabs I could have done. So, again, to hit home with another big time, business and partnership, man. I'm a kid in the candy store, man.
It's nice, man.
Cheers and smiles from ear to ear. So,
is this your favorite colorway of the 4? I like the white ones though. The white one's tough though. Real tough.
The whites is tough, but you know what? It's so much in line. There's so much in line. But for people that haven't seen the whole
let me chill out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these.
My bad. Yeah, for sure. These, this is it right here.
Yeah.
I was just honestly just grateful, man, to just be able to finally meet him, man, let him know that I'm a huge fan of his, talk to him. It's hard for me to say that he knew who I was, but it's hard for me to say that he didn't. I feel like he kind of knew of me, if that makes sense. Like, enough of you guys have mentioned my name on maybe a post of his, and he was able to recognize my face based off that. But, just talking to him, man, like, it felt really organic, man. It felt really, it felt like we already knew each other. I asked him about his favorite candy. He wasn't a big candy guy. He's actually a cookie guy. And if you guys know me, man, I love chocolate chip cookies, man. You can ask anybody like that's really close to me, man. The love that I have for chocolate chip cookies, it's just crazy. So when he was saying that, I'm like, yeah, man, you may be my older brother. I don't know yet. I don't know. How do I know? You sure? Nah, but all jokes aside, my respect for everything that he's done and accomplished just went out the roof. I've always respected him as a player, man. But the way he just carried himself off the court was just crazy to me. He was just willing to talk to anybody. It was so many people that he was just like, okay, yeah, send him back here. I'll talk to him. Or, you know what I'm saying? Just how friendly he was about everything. He acknowledged that he was playing 2K with some of the other YouTubers, the 2 Hype guys. Just the way he went about everything to kind of show love to all the people that were there was just inspiring, man. Just because, sometimes it's weird to see people and then they act like they're too good to acknowledge who you are. That's not the case with PG, man. He was just willing to acknowledge everybody in the room. He stayed around. He was a good sport throughout the whole event. And that's just kind of me saying thank you, man. I don't know if you're gonna watch this video or whoever is gonna watch it, man. Like, he killed that, man. Like, he's a real solid dude, man, on and off the court. And that experience was exactly how I imagined it to be, man. It was great. I think one thing for sure, one thing that could be said, man, is I want to still be able to thank you guys for putting me in this position for those opportunities to happen. That wouldn't have been possible without you guys, without the constant mention us talking about PG and, you know, Kelly and all these NBA players the way we do. There's still some type of benefit that people see behind what I do that kind of allows for these opportunities to happen. And again, for that, I just kind of want to say thank you to you guys as well. I got the PG4. I'm going to be doing like I would say like a performance review / workout video in that to kind of let you guys know how the shoe is. Just give me a little time on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The event was nice. It was filled with a lot of things I enjoy. 2K, PG, my favorite player, basketball. I like designing. You see the hoodie? The designer came up to me. Maybe he can, hey man, I can help you design a shoe. And just, you know what I'm saying? And just a bunch of love, bro. And that's kind of like what it's all about. Again, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be back to give you feedback on this shoe right here, the PG4. This is the Gatorade edition. And until then, I'll holla at you, it's Jay, and I'm out.
Just saying that you've watched Jeremy before, is that correct? Or you've been watching him in the past?
Yeah, I've seen his videos.
Anything that stood out?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he just always gives really straightforward reviews, fair reviews. So it's good to kind of get that feedback. It's almost like a focus group or like some real feedback that you can get after the fact, and it helps us to improve too, moving forward. So it's always good.